Well, good morning, guys. This is Richard Duffy, also known as Reverend Rich. And guys, I come to you today on a wonderful day here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I want to share with you another rich idea for successful living. I woke up this morning with a thought, and I just want to share with you. It was a one word thought, and it said possible. Possible. And I love quotes. Matter of fact, I have joined up with this website that has quotes from millions of different authors and writers and different people. And actually, you can actually write your own quote, and I think that's a good idea. But anyway, so I typed in the search area where it says possible, and the first person that popped up was Albert Einstein. And I want to read this quote, and I want to share with you and what I do believe, the reason why I woke up this morning with that one word. Albert Einstein says, "It is entirely possible that behind the perception of our senses, worlds are hidden of which we are unaware." I'm going to read it again. It says, "It's entirely possible that behind the perception of our senses, worlds are hidden on which we are unaware." And guys, that quote is so powerful because the only reason why we don't tap into those worlds that we are unaware of, those dreams and the possibilities of what we can be, do, and have is because we have lived our lives by our five senses. Albert Einstein says that if it's possible that behind the perception of our five senses, there are worlds that we are not aware of. It reminds me of that scripture when Jesus told him, says, "I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world." In other words, Jesus didn't live by the five senses. We are told so many times to walk by faith and not by sight, not live by what we see, taste, and feel, but we live from the inside out. There are worlds of freedom, peace, love, joy, prosperity, whatever you can imagine that we are unaware of. And the only reason why we're unaware of it because we live by what we see. If you can take this idea and begin to live from your imagination, and nothing is impossible, that if you can actually think it in your mind, you can actually bring it into your reality. If the thought of freedom, joy, peace, happiness, prosperity, perfect health, whatever you can imagine in your mind, whatever you can conceive in your mind, you can have it. What prevents us from experiencing it or having it is what Albert Einstein says. He says, "It is entirely possible that behind the perception of our senses, worlds are hidden." They are hidden because we live by what we see instead of living by what we know or what we believe we can have. So if you believe you can have all the wealth, all the good, all the joy, all the peace, all the it is yours. But we got to learn to live beyond the five senses and go for what you want. Nothing stops you. The only thing that stops you is those five senses. So learn to live from the inside out. Walk by faith. And there are worlds that are hidden that you're not even aware of. Wouldn't it be nice to live in a world that is just full of peace? It's possible. Isn't it life? Wouldn't it be great to live in a world where there are no wants, everything is taken care of? It's possible. Wouldn't it be nice to live in a world where there's no disease? It's possible. Did you hear that? It's possible. Why? Because we're no longer living by our senses. And there are worlds, a plethora of worlds available to us if we learn to live for what is possible. Wow, guys, listen, I'm excited this morning, so I hope that was encouraging to you. I am ready. I am so excited to live in the world that I know is possible. We walk by faith and not by sight. I pray this was a blessing to you, and you know I wish nothing but great happiness, joy, peace, prosperity, great health, great relationships, and you know what the last one is, as I always say, plenty of money. Peace and blessings.